Hello there. Today I have 5 really quick and easy tips to help to reprogram your brain for money, wealth, abundance, and success. Hello there, Marguerita here, conscious mindset coach, business strategist, and lightworker from Pitbull, and founder and creator of the Wealth Consciousness Movement and the Conscious Wealth Revolution. So today I have 5 quick and easy ways to start reprogramming your brain for money, wealth, abundance, and success. Whatever your results with money right now, it's because of your limiting beliefs, your stories, your paradigms. If you're not getting the results with money, then you've got to change your mindset around money and your relationship with money. Now, there are plenty of ways to do this, and these simple practices that you can adopt in your life starting right now are going to be powerful allies in your quest to have better results with money and to have to be able to build the life of your dreams. Because let's face it, money makes the world go round. Money is an important factor in our lives. Whilst money can't buy you happiness, having a lack of money and struggling with money can certainly create a lot of stress, anxiety, and a huge amount of unhappiness. So why not be able to tap into this incredible resource, which there is plenty of money in the world, plenty. And it doesn't even have to be an inexhaustible resource, as in an infinite amount of money. The fact is, money changes hands all the time. And you just need to be in the mindset and have the right formulas, systems, and strategies to be able to bring more money into your life. And when it comes in, it doesn't stay in your life. What do you do with it? You actually send it back out into the world again. So it circulates. It's this constant circulation. Trillions of dollars changes hands every single day. So there is no limit to the amount of money on the planet. And there is no reason for you to limit your access to money. So whatever your story is about money, it's time to start letting that stuff go. Okay, so are you ready to find out some really cool ways to start shifting your mindset around money? Okay, here we go. So number 1 is be really careful what ends up in your wallet. So your wallet is meant to be the holder of money. Now, for the vast majority of people, the wallet has turned into somewhere that you stuff your receipts and any rubbish that you might have, as well as your credit cards. So money has become more of your wallet has become more of a debt container than it has a money container. But you can turn this around starting right now. So when you open your wallet, what do you see? Do you see an empty wallet? Do you see old receipts and all sorts of other stuff stuffed in there? Okay, so if you do, then what do you think every time you open your wallet and it's an empty of money and there's no money in there, what kind of message do you think that sends to your subconscious? I have no money, right? So take all the rubbish out of your wallet or your purse and put cash in there. Firstly, we need to use cash more often, because if we don't use it, we lose it. The government is funneling us toward a digital ID and a CBDC, centralized digital currency, centralized bank digital currency. We do not want that. Why? If you want to be controlled like China, then move to China. I am not buying into it. I'm going to resist that as much as possible. I want the freedom to use the currency of the day, the money system, and be able to use that freely. There are, of course, potentially other forms of exchange like Bitcoin and digital currencies, blockchain currencies. Now, they could be the future, maybe, but we don't know. No, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. So smarter minds than me are saying invest in crypto. You know, I'm more of a tangible kind of assets gal myself, but that is totally up to you. So what you want to do is, let's get back to the actual subject at hand, shall we? So what you want to do is put cash in your wallet. Now, when you open your wallet and you see all this money in your wallet, what does that tell your brain? It says, I got plenty of money. So if you think of rich people, when they open their wallet, what do you see in there? I know, right? Big wads of money, big wads of cash. Now, not everybody has access to big wads of cash, but whatever you can take out and put in your wallet, and always keep money in your wallet so that every time you open your wallet, even if you're not consciously thinking about it, it is sending a subconscious message to your brain, I got money. If you can put multiple notes in there, if you can put $200, $300 in there, then it sends a message to your brain, sweet, I got all this cash in here. So make sure that you are very, very mindful about what you put in your wallet. Now, of course, credit cards are a factor in all of our lives, right? But make sure they are not the dominant part of your wallet, and that's not all you're using to pay for goods and services. I love paying cash for goods and services. It's tangible. It makes me think twice about what I'm purchasing. If I'm purchasing something that may not actually hold a lot of value, I'm very careful with my money and make sure that what I am purchasing has lasting value. It's not just like a throwaway purchase or something that isn't going to hold its value anyway. So that is tip number one. So tip number two is mind your language. If you talk about prosperity and abundance and wealth and possibility and opportunity, guess what will come your way? This will absolutely be your blueprint, because what you speak has energy. It sends powerful messages and frequencies out to the universe. And if you speak prosperity, prosperity will come back to you. The law of attraction in action. But if you keep saying things like, oh, I can't afford it, I never have enough money, I'm always broke, it's too expensive, then you are sending out frequencies and vibrations of lack and poverty. And this is a lack and poverty consciousness. If you send out those frequencies, guess what's going to come back to you? So nothing. So mind your language. Start paying attention to what's going on up here and what is actually coming out of your mouth, and make a conscious and concerted effort to start changing your language, because this will have a really big impact on your results. You may not see the results of these different steps instantly, but you will see them quickly, so long as you are consistent and you are absolutely committed to changing the way you show up, the way you feel, the way you operate, and adopting these simple practices. Step number three, shift your focus to abundance. Our minds are are actually wired to focus on the worst of everything. We have this general tendency to catastrophize and look at what's going wrong. This is kind of like a primal brain thing, because back in the day, we were hardwired to look for the dangers. Things like saber-toothed tigers, if we weren't paying attention, then we were toast. So it was really important for us to be looking for the threats that were in our environment, because they were very, very real back in the day. But now, not so much. So you can shift your mindset to focusing on prosperity, because you get what you focus on. There's two really powerful statements that are absolutely true. These are self-fulfilling prophecies. Your focus is a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you get what you focus on most of the time, and what you focus on expands. So if you are focusing on lack and poverty and what's going wrong in your life, guess what you're going to get more of? If you focus on prosperity and abundance, and you see abundance everywhere. So I invite you to go to a park. What do you see in a park? An abundance of grass, an abundance of trees, an abundance of birds, an abundance of bees and insects. There is abundance everywhere. There's an abundance of leaves on the trees. There's an abundance of air everywhere. So when you focus on the abundance that exists within your environment, think about it. Even when you go into the city, there is an abundance of resources. There's an abundance that, how much money do you think it cost to build something like New York City? It's pretty astronomical, isn't it? Is it even possible to put a monetary value on what it cost to build something as enormous as New York City, with all the high rises and the infrastructure and the roads and the lights and the freeways and holy dooly? And then you see all the goods and services that are being exchanged within the city, all the stuff that is available for sale within the city, all the cars in the city. It's like there is abundance everywhere, man. It is right in our faces all the time, but we tend to block it all out and focus on, I haven't got enough. There's never enough money in my life. I'm broke. It's all too expensive. Do you know what I mean? So start to shift your focus. Believe me, once you master this one practice, you will start to see results and your life change very, very quickly. So focus on abundance and you will start to experience more and more abundance. And I'm not just talking about financially. I'm talking about see the abundance, appreciate the abundance of everything in your life, because abundance is everywhere. By the way, if you really like this cool t-shirt, you can go and check out all the cool designs in my Shopify store. Address is on your screen right now. Now, number 4, I love this one. So I picked this up from a coach of mine, and this was something that it is something that I use on a regular basis. So, when you get like a bill comes in and it's larger than you expected, or it's a bill that you weren't expecting at all, and you get that feeling where your heart sort of drops into your stomach, you get that sinking feeling, and you're just looking at this thing and it's a bill shock. Holy crap. How am I going to pay for that? Where am I going to get money for that? I don't have enough money to pay for that. There's all these stories running around in your mind. Everything's a story. Everything is a story. So here's what you do. Thank God I'm rich. When you're at the checkout and the lady is running through all the things that you put in your basket to take home, and you're looking at it going, oh, geez, I might have actually overspent on the budget this time. Don't know if I have enough money in the bank account. Isn't that the worst feeling? When you're standing there looking at all the stuff that's being run through the thing and you go, geez, I hope I have enough money in the account. I've been there. It is very, very uncomfortable. So thank God I'm rich. Those 4 words, thank God I'm rich, could absolutely, totally change your life. I even have an EFT tapping on that in my EFT tapping library. So if you haven't seen that, then you can go to the wealthconsciousnessmovement.com. Address is on your screen. You can register, where you get dozens of free EFT tapping videos, all in that library. It's really incredible. So thank God I'm rich. Just make that your mantra. Thank God I'm rich. Everywhere you go, if you see something that you really want to buy and it's something that may be outside of your capability right now, it's like, don't say it's too expensive. Don't say I can't afford it. Just go, that is not a priority for me right now. But thank God I'm rich, because I'm going to buy that. Actually, do you see? Oh, it's there. It's very hard to point behind me because this is all reversed. So do you see my prayer wheel back there? Okay, so several years ago now, I saw this in a Tibetan shop when we were living in our last house on Tamborine Mountain, and I fell in love with it. And this thing was not cheap, let me tell you. It's handmade in Nepal. It was specially ordered. And the woman who had ordered it, she'd laid down a deposit. She never came back for it. It was just sitting there. And I looked at it and I went, that's mine. That is mine. Now, firstly, it was not a financial priority for me at the time. And it was something that I had no room for in the house that we had. So what happened was 3 years later, when we bought our dream home, I went back to the Tibetan shop, which I used to visit on a regular basis, and I used to speak to the owner, okay? And I used to always look at this beautiful prayer wheel. It's a Tibetan prayer wheel, if you don't know what it is stunning. And I used to talk to her, and she said, ever since you have put a claim, your mental claim on that Tibetan wheel, nobody has even looked at it. I might have looked at it, but they've not inquired about it. Nobody wants to buy it. So when we bought our dream home, I knew I had the room, I had the money. I went back in and I bought it. Oh my God, it was just a really happy day for me. 3 years. That beautiful Tibetan wheel right there sat, nobody purchased it. I couldn't believe it. So now it is very happily in my possession. So every time you get a bill or you're paying for something, or just generally, just thank God I'm rich, make it your mantra. Thank God I'm rich. Thank God I'm rich. Do you feel when you say that, your energy and frequency and vibration expands? Thank God I'm rich. Now, number 5. So this is one that you will be familiar with, and I cannot overstate how powerful this practice is. Gratitude. Having an attitude of gratitude will absolutely shift your state of mind. So everything is about your state of mind, your frequency, your vibration. So by having an attitude of gratitude and starting to appreciate all the abundance that you already have in your life, all the good things that you already have in your life, appreciation appreciates. It shifts your frequency, your vibration, it shifts your state of mind, it shifts everything. It will transform your future. So become absolutely, totally focused and make this practice a thing that you do all the time. Every time you think of the power of gratitude, you can journal with gratitude. So get out a journal and write out all the stuff that you are grateful for. It is such a powerful practice. The more you are grateful for, the more things you will receive to be grateful for. So write down every day 5 things, 10 things that you are grateful for in your life. When something good happens, just go, thank you, universe. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Tap with gratitude. My favorite practice is tapping. So tap on gratitude. Think of all the things that you are grateful for. You know that every time you flick a switch, guess what happens? A light turns on. Do you know that there are billions of people in the world who don't have access to electricity and heating? And that the fact that you can flick a switch, do you have any idea how electricity works? No, I don't. I don't need to. All I need to know is every time I flick that switch, every time I turn on my air conditioner, every time I turn on my heater, magic happens. Every time I use any of my appliances, every time I plug in my phone, magic happens. I am so grateful that we have electricity because it's so convenient. Electricity changed the entire world, and it is such a big part of our life. Where does that come from? There's a big energy station that runs and generates that electricity. Now that had to come from somewhere. So there are resources that are supplied to switch on your lights. Like, there is so much to be grateful for. Every time you have a cup of coffee, or tea, whatever you drink, but every time you have a cup of whatever it is, let's say coffee, think about the manufacturing and the production of the coffee that ended up on the supermarket shelf. All you do is you go in, you pick up the bottle of coffee, you put it in your shopping trolley, you go to the checkout, you pay for it, you go home, you flick the switch to turn on the kettle, you put the coffee in the cup, and then you pour the hot water in and then you drink it. Where did that come from? Firstly, the coffee had to be grown on a tree. The coffee beans had to be harvested. Then they had to be processed. Do you know how many people go into this, just this production of one consumable? Just one. So once it's actually produced and then on-sold to another company that processes it, manufactures it, whatever it does, then it has to be transported out to all the people, and then you buy it for a few bucks. Like, how insane is that? Have you ever thought about that? Or the house that you live in, the amount of effort and energy and resources that had to go into building your house and everything that runs it, the plumbing, the electricity, all the conveniences, all the supports mechanisms, the roof, the insulation. Where does that all come from? It all has to be produced by people, shipped, transported. We have so much to be grateful for. All we do is somebody hands us the keys, we unlock the door, we walk in, it's all done. Thank you very much. Like, come on. We are so privileged compared to a couple of 100 years ago, or even less than that, 100 years ago. We live like kings. We have a quality of life that even kings and queens could never aspire to because of all the conveniences and everything we have available to us. Man, if you can't be grateful for that, then there's something wrong going on up here, don't you think? So, attitude of gratitude. Now, this is first in the series of videos that I'm going to be doing about helping you to rewire your brain for money, wealth, abundance, and success, because there are multiple more tips that I have to help you to become more wealthy, more abundant, because I really want you to be free and not be a slave to the system. And if you want to join other conscious wealth minded people, then join the Conscious Wealth Revolution. You can join it at the address that is on your screen right now. And I have so many resources in there to help you to rewire your brain for money, wealth, abundance, and success. At the moment, it is just $10 US a month for you to access so many resources, including my 7-day money manifesting challenge. So go and check that out right now. I do hope you have enjoyed this. If you have, then please like and subscribe, comment below, let me know what your biggest takeaway is. And I look forward to seeing you in another video with more tips for you to build a wealth and abundance mindset and transform your life very, very soon. Until then, take care and bye for now.